Hello guys, welcome back to Netcode-Hub channel. Now in the previous video we discussed how to load the category from the database table and how to set the pager by downloading the page list.mvc using the Netjet package manager solution. We had a look on that in the previous video. Now what we're going to talk about here is how to create. If I want to add a category, how am I going to do it? That's what we're going to talk about today. Now remember that in a previous video when we were doing the login, we said that when you want to log in, let's say from the index, we said when admin is not equal to null, when the database query is being made and the admin is not equal to null, we are going to set the session of ID. So we are storing set ID as for the admin.id. So it means we have the session at hand as soon as we log in. So in our page, in the view category, can we check if the ID it is not equal to anything or is equal to null? Then you want to return the person back to login because you can't access our page once you haven't logged in. So that's what you want to do. So here, let's actually copy this. So from login, you want to create. So let's have with the create. So with the create, the first thing to do here is we're going to check. You know, the first method is going to be a get request because when the button is clicked, it is a get request that it is making. So we need to actually get the get request before we actually process it. Now within the get request, that's how we process the form and issue that to the user for the user to fill. So we have an action result as create. So let's say this is create view. So create category. So this is create category. Okay, so we are checking if ID is not equal to null, then we return the user. If it is equal to null, we return the user to login. Okay, so if it is not, then what do you want to do? Then we want to actually give the person a form to actually fill, a place where the person can actually create the view. So with this, we have to actually create the view here. So let's see how to go about this with this create view. Okay. So now let's create in a view, right click on this and then go to, do you have view? No, so let right click and then go to create view. So add view, and now you know you're going to select admin master layout as the layout and you have it there. So create, you're going to create that. Now for the sake of our time, let's see if you can actually have a create view here. So let's see with the views. So it is a create view. So you're going to copy this, then here. So that is the create view. So let's see. So that is a view. So admin, we have the create view here. And with this, so actually we are going to exclude all this because you have them at the first page. Let's copy this and in our page let's paste them here. Now this is what we're going to do. We're going to exclude the header because we don't want this. We have this in our master page already and the body as well, so we exclude that. What you want here is a title, so add category, and now we have the using block. So instead of this, you're going to cut this and I'm going to move it on top here. And now instead of this, there's going to be a project as web form. So web form 2.model.tbl category. We have a layout specified. So let's clear this. This is create category. So we can actually pass in as add category to this. So let's clear this. And here we can actually add category. So that's add category here. Okay, so we have it add category. Now we are using the using block, as you know, I've explained this already, to generate a closing tag for us. And now since it's going to be a form, we need to submit. Since it's a post request, we must have a button to post. So we have a button there, a submit button. So that's an add. Now aside from that, you can see we are sending it to, that's a create. And here, this is the name of the add the action method. The action method is what create view, create category. So let's see with the action method, create category. So here we have create category over there. So let's go to controller because we have create category. So this is the action method, and now which controller? That's an admin controller. So that's why we have it here. So this is a method and this is a controller, and the form type is post. The encrypted type is multi-part form data. Now when you check here, we still have a division here with the rows as well using the bootstrap. What matters here is we have a validation summary going to fix these errors, and now we have view bag.error. When there's error, it's going to pop up here. Now when you check here, we are having a text box for category name. So we want the text box for category name, and the placeholder is category name. We have a validation message for category name. We pass in the star as a test. Then we have an image. So here we have an image file because we want to actually add an image file to it. Now with the image file, give it an ID as image file, name as image file, and now we set this require attribute to require. So it means you can't just hit on the enter whilst these are empty. Then we have the button as what? Add, submit. So aside from this, what you have to do next, we have to actually have a way to control, to handle this image, to upload that. Now in order to upload the image, how are you going to do it? So that is also simple as well. So for the create, we have it here. That is the first thing. In order to create, let's copy this. Okay, so in application, in a controller, admin controller, this we have a create. This is going to check the request and return it to the login if the session ID is null. But if it is not null, then it's going to open to the user for user to fill. Now after filling, this is what you want to do. Let me just give it enough space because we aren't done yet. Let's paste this. Now this is what you're going to do. Now you're going to create, so this is a post method, and this is going to hold the response coming in. So create, so action, so create category. So the same thing as this. So create category, let's copy this and paste it here. Create category, and now you pass in this category with an object name. And now since you're going to pass in image file, what we did, we pass in this, and then there is the name of the image file. When you go to create category, you can see you have the image name is what? IMG file, and the same. So make sure they match, else they're going to work. So we store the string path to this method. So we're going to create a method called this uploading. We pass in this image file, meaning the file is going to be held from the user. We pass in. Now we specify if pass equal to -1. That is after this process is done. If the pass is equal to -1, it means there's an error. We display image could not be uploaded. But if in case everything works successfully, then what you're going to do here is we create an object of this TV category as cat. Then we populate it here. So cat.cat name is equal to the current cat.cat name, as you can see over here. Now the same thing. So the image is equal to the path, and now we set the category status is equal to 1. And there is a category foreign key admin. So we are linking the admin, meaning that the admin created these categories. So we link them. Maybe a new admin can come in there, and the new admin can also create another category as well. In such case, the category ID is going to be changed. So that's why you need to actually bind it together to know the user which one did that. So aside from that, we set the category, we add it, then we save and return to view category, because once it's been added, you must return. The method left here, it is the uploading method. So let's go in there and add the uploading method. How to upload image. So let me copy this. That is a method to use to upload image. So I'm going to copy this. Then in application, the next thing here is, let me hide it. Then the next thing, let me paste this here. So that is a image uploading method. So you can see this is a method as image uploading. So we call this method, we pass in the image file. Now when the image file comes in, what is the first thing to do? We are creating a random number. Then we set the path equal to -1. Okay. Then we call the path next. So we are calling the random number. We check if file is not equal to null, and if the length is greater than 0, it means we have actually file at hand. Then we want to grab the extension. So this is used to grab the extension. We check if the file has extension of JPG, PNG, or JPEG. If it has, then we continue on. If not, we say that no, only JPG or JPEG is required, so you make a different selection. So while it meets this, the next thing to do here is we're going to perform a try catch. We set the path is equal to the current path here. We combine the server.math path method. So that's the folder. Watch here. So that's the name of the folder here. As you can see, we have folder and they call upload. So it means you have to create a folder called upload. And remember, we've done that already. So a folder called that's an upload folder. You have to create it because that is where we're going to save the image file to. Okay. Then we get the file, we save it there, and we hold the file path. So the file path, you hold it over here as image slash the random number plus the path.get file name. Then if there's nothing, then we move on. But if there's an error, we pass -1 here. And aside from that, since we are calling this method passing in here, it is a string, we must return a string path because this string path is going to hold the path of the image from database. Okay, so here why having this red line, because you have to add system.io. so let's add it over there. So using system.io, okay, so we can actually add that over here. So system.io, and we can actually add it over here to work for us. Alright, so that is it for, or you can decide to copy this to and add it to the namespace. Anyhow, it's still going to work perfectly for us. Okay, so let's see now, or let's add system.io here. So using system.io, that's going to solve the problem of having this red line here. As you can see, they are all off now. So we save this, and let's now close this. So this is going to be the back end here. So now let's run application and see if we actually add a category to our project. So Control plus F5. Now you wait till it runs and see if you can actually add category to our project and if it's going to be displayed here. So let's wait while it's being built. Then let's navigate to, remember it is an admin, and now the admin, it is what? Create category. So create category. Alright, so now let's go to, so we have to actually log in. Okay, you can see that you have to log in. So let's actually try that and see. So now let's check if, let's check with this method, create category method again, and see where you have their problem, then we rectify that. Alright, so return to action. This is supposed to be login, supposed to be index, because that is a login page. So let's see, let's go back. So admin, then let's see create category. So create category. Now create category, let's hit the enter key, and it is redirecting us to let's see, so admin login. We must actually run this first. So let's build this here, Control plus F5, because we've changed it to index, so you must see that reflect in there. So let's wait for it to be built. Then alright, so while it is loading, let's navigate to admin, then to create category. So to create category, let's hit on the enter key. Now let's wait, it's going to redirect us to user for us login. If it does so, then we log in and let's see what's going to happen. So you can see it has redirected us to a login page. Now I have my credential already, so let me log in. So after logging in, let's see what's going to happen. Now because I have view category, but I don't want the view category, rather I want to have a create category. So create category, and now you can see I have the category here. So I have category name and a category what, image. So let's add a name at all. So let's choose an image from here, and in this I'm going to pass in another image here as, so let's see here, I'm going to pass in this, let me pass in this as what, a sofa. So there's sofa. Alright, so sofa chair. Now I'm going to give it a name as sofa. Okay, sofa. So I'm going to add that, click on add, and let's see what's going to actually happen. Now you can see I have the sofa being added here. So I have a category added. Alright, so that is it for this video. I hope this is clear now. We're able to add that. Our next meeting is when we are done with everything, we talk about how to check how to alert this here, or let's finish with that too before you move on to the next stage. So you can see, let's go to admin master layout, and remember that we enabled or we disabled some items here. So now let's bring them back to life. So here we are saying that if session is equal to is not null, then you want to display create category. Then let's give it, there's the action method, so create category here. Okay, then it's going to the admin. Then here too we are saying that if, and comment this, if session is equal to not null, then view category is going to move to view category. So when you click on this button, it's going to render those pages for us. Now the next thing to do here is, let's see, now if session ID is equal to null, then we want to display sign in. Then we want to have an admin, and that is not going to be login, rather it's going to be index, because the index has the sign in to the index. And now the next thing here, if the page is equal to null as well, what do you want to do here? You want to, so we are saying that if ID is equal to null, then we want to also bring sign up, because the person can still sign up. And now that's going to be register. So register, that's the action method. And now the last one here is, if the page is not equal to null, then we want to bring sign out. Okay, so with this sign out, we call for this method as sign out, the same admin. Now with this sign out, let's get the sign out action method, and now let's introduce that. Then we close this video for this lesson. Then we move on, we wait for the next lesson to start. So with the sign out, let's see. So create action, sign out. So with the sign out, it is simple as well. So that is a sign out, and there's going to be a get method. So we can specify the get method on top here within the admin controller. So let's see. Now let's close this, and now let's specify that is the sign out. You can specify the get method as well. So HTTP. So HTTP get. So there's going to be a get method. So we search session.remove or session.abandon, then return to index page, because that is where we can log in now. Now Control plus F5. Let's find this application, and let's see what we're actually going to have now as at where we are. So we wait for this to be open in our page. Then let's see if you're going to, so admin, then create. So create category. Now let's wait for it to be open, and see if you're going to have all those buttons displayed on top. Then we move on. Alright, so since I have closed that tab, you can see the session is closed, so I have to log in again. So I'm logging in. Now once I log in, you can see I have, while the image is null, you can see that. Now let me sign out here. Watch here. You can see I have sign in, sign up. Now I'm not having create category. I'm not having it, right? Because here the session ID is null. So if it is null, display sign in and sign up. Now if I click on sign in, I have the page here. Log in, and you can see I'm going to have a create category, view category, and sign out. Now if I go to view category, that's what I have. I am now. Now if I go to create category, I have a page to also create a category as well. Alright, so that is it for this video. I hope this is clear now. Now you can see that we are still moving on, and so we are done with the admin section. Now the next thing we're talking about, that is the user session. Okay, so here we can actually just take all this from, we can take them off because they are of no purpose. So we can just go in there, and now once you have in the admin master page, we can take off the home, this, and we can take off the link as well. So let's take off this, and let's also take off that. Okay, so now let's save this, and now when we refresh this, home and link, they are going to be off from that because we don't actually need them there, and they are of no use. Alright, so that is it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys understood it, and hopefully it's clear. I'm going to see you in the next video.